Living in Boulder, Colorado sounds like the dream, right? Endless sunshine, mountain views, organic everything. Yoga on a trailhead before breakfast. But here's what most people don't tell you. It's expensive, it's intense, and if you're not ready, it'll catch you off guard fast. Still, people keep coming because when you land in the right part of Boulder with the right expectations, it can be one of the best lifestyle moves you'll ever make. And that's what we're getting into. Not the polished version, real talk about what it's actually like to live here. Because here's what no one tells you. Boulder can be absolutely incredible if you know how to do it right. But it's also easy to get caught up, overspend, or land in the wrong neighborhood for your lifestyle. That's why what I'm about to show you really matters. Now, just so you know, this isn't one of those top 10 things to do in Boulder lists or a sugar-coated real estate pitch. This is everything I wish someone would have told me before moving here, plus what I've learned helping people figure out if Boulder's really the right fit for them. We're talking day-to-day reality, neighborhood quirks, costs that sneak up on you, and the stuff you only find out after living here for a while. Whether you're thinking about relocating, upgrading your lifestyle, investing, or finally chasing that mountain town dream, this breakdown's going to give you what you actually need. How Boulder really lives, breathes, and functions behind all the mountain glow and kombucha cafes. We're going to talk about where people are moving to and moving away from, the neighborhoods that surprise people, how locals afford it, the Boulder bubble, the lifestyle pressure, the ones who love it here, and the ones who quietly tap out. And to make it easy, I've split this into focused sections so you can find out what really matters most to you. If you really want to understand Boulder, though, you have to start where everything here begins and ends, how the people live. Not just the routines, but the identity, the culture, the expectations, and the pace. It's what makes Boulder magnetic, or a total mismatch. What hits first about Boulder isn't the views, it's the face. It's calm, but purposeful. Like everyone woke up early, got something meaningful done, and still had time to make a real breakfast. Walk through Mapleton Hill on a weekday morning, and you'll feel it. Porch lights still glowing, trail shoes drying by the door, and maybe a couple of neighbors chatting with coffee in hand. The kind of quiet that feels earned, not empty. People live fully here. Not loud, not showy, just full. It's the kind of place where someone might bike 10 miles before 8 a.m. and then build a company from their laptop at Appalachia or Trident and then end the day walking their dog through Red Rocks Park. Not because it's curated, because it's normal. Wellness is everywhere, but it's not all yoga and green juice. Sometimes it's a freezer full of elk meat or a garage full of gear that tells you more about someone than their resume. That's what you see in neighborhoods like Table Mesa with modest homes, $1 million views, and lives built around town outside, not square footage. There's pride in that, in doing life a little differently. What catches most people off guard is the culture beneath it all. It's not just healthy, it's high-achieving. You'll meet parents who summit 14ers with toddlers, startups run from co-working spaces, and retired scientists volunteering in open space conservation. There's a quiet expectation here to opt in to your health, community, your environment. And that's where some people struggle. If you're not into climbing or you've never composted anything in your life, you might wonder if you're missing something. And maybe at first you are. But here's the thing, Boulder's not just for one kind of person anymore. It might have felt that way years ago, but not now. You've got families planting roots in Newlands, tech founders making a home out in Gun Barrel, artists setting up shop in Goss Grove. There's still that deep pride in living here, but people are doing it in their own way. And when it clicks, it really clicks. And you start building your routines without thinking twice. Grabbing a coffee and walking the creek path, watching the sun go down over Wonderland Lake, kids riding their bikes home without a worry in the world. That quiet buzz of a Thursday night potluck where nobody's checking the clock. It's not just stunning here. It's easy to live well, and when people find that balance, they don't tend to look back. If you're watching this and thinking, yeah, I could see myself living like that, don't just scroll past. My real estate team specializes in helping people find homes that fit this lifestyle, not just look good online. Whether you're already here or planning a move, we've got tools, neighborhood guides, and next step info waiting for you in the description. Check it out. You'll find what you need down there. Of course, living like this doesn't just happen. Getting here, really getting here, that's where things get interesting. Look, Boulder isn't cheap, and pretending otherwise just wastes your time. If you want that mountain lifestyle, you've got to be ready for the price tag. Starter homes here often hover around the $1 million mark, but here's the kicker. The market's finally caught a breather, and that opens the door for the clients who know the game. Gone are the days of lightning-fast bidding wars where cash talks louder than sense. Now homes hang out on the market a little longer, giving you a chance to play it smart instead of just fast. Smart clients don't just chase granite countertops or open floor plans, they dig deeper. Questions like, can I tack on an ADU to make this work financially? Or is this a good neighborhood in a flash in the pan or a solid bet for years? And how do I make this place fit my life without draining my bank account? In Martin Acres, we saw a couple land in a modest mid-century ranch. It wasn't flashy, with a weathered porch, basement begging for a makeover, and a backyard where the aspens whisper in the winds. They transformed that basement into a rental, planted a garden, and suddenly their mortgage wasn't a burden. It was part of the plan. Families looking for schools and community often settle in Table Mesa. These homes might need some updating, but they come with space to grow and that comforting feeling of belonging. It's real living, not a glossy listing. Gun Barrel craves space and quiet without sacrificing convenience. Homes here boast real yards where kids run wild and dogs roam free. Trails weave through the neighborhood, and downtown's just a quick 20-minute drive. The air smells fresher here, like a deep, calming breath. Some folks find the cost or pace too much and move on to Louisville, Longmont, or beyond, where prices can be a bit more forgiving. For those who stay and build a life here, Boulder is more than a home. It's a lifestyle upgrade that pays dividends in ways numbers can't capture. It's about finding your rhythm, the right street, the home that feels like yours. My real estate team knows how to uncover those quiet streets, hidden gems, and homes that embody Boulder's spirit, even when they aren't the flashiest listings. Because most people who truly love Boulder aren't after status, they're chasing flow. Flow lives in the neighborhoods with character and potential, and that's exactly where we're headed next. Boulder's neighborhoods don't blend into one another. They're like their own little worlds. You either fit in or you don't, no in between. There's a stretch of streets where cracked sidewalks meets porch swings and history hangs thick in the air. Houses have stood here for over a century, and neighbors definitely notice if your recycling habits aren't up to snuff. It's charming as hell, but far from perfect. Morning coffee runs don't mean sitting at traffic lights, they're a casual stroll. Shift focus to neighborhoods where space matters more than style. Big yards let kids run wild, grills get fired up every weekend, and soccer practice takes over your calendar. Schools feel like real community hubs, and it's the kind of place where everyone knows your dog's name. Further out, silence becomes a luxury. Wide open lots, sunsets that stop you mid-thought, and trails winding through backyards. Here, folks fleeing cramped condos find the breathing room they crave. Bike paths connect you to the city, but the pace is slower and sweeter. If Boulder's intensity isn't your thing, neighboring towns offer softer price tags and easier rhythms. Breweries, farmers markets, block parties, all without the social pressure. Think of it as Boulder light, but still authentic. Some parts of town don't play by the rules. You'll find artists, tech folk, and lifelong locals sharing the space. Coffee brewing strong next to dive bars with sticky floors, farmers markets packed with fresh produce right beside food trucks serving up something unexpected. It's raw, unpredictable, and pulsing with a vibe you can't fake. What's your vibe? Historic grit, family-focused yards, wide open spaces, or vibrant, eclectic streets? Drop in your pick in the comments. I'm curious what pulls you in, because finding your place in Boulder isn't about ticking boxes or chasing trends. It's about where you feel like you belong. And one more thing shapes your Boulder story: the way you work and get around. Your daily grind matters as much as your front porch. Living in Boulder means trading gridlock for fresh air and mountain views. But don't get it twisted. Getting around here can still test your patience if you're not set up right. Take Sarah, a client who moved from the city dreaming of bike commuting year-round. For a while it was perfect, cruising along the creek path at sunrise, stopping for coffee at her go-to spot on Pearl Street. Then winter hit, and with it the slick roads and bike lanes that suddenly felt a lot less forgiving. Some mornings she'd find herself stuck in the same crawl as everyone else, wishing she'd invested in an electric vehicle sooner. Rush hour here is real, and it bites. From 7 to 9 a.m. and again from 4 to 6. Roads funnel folks downtown and tech hubs near Pearl Street. Driving means stop and go. Biking means battling weather and terrain. But Boulder's been investing big in bike infrastructure, protected lanes, bike-friendly signals, and safer routes. Locals don't just bike, they live it rain or shine, decked out like pros. Working remotely, Boulder's built for that life. Whether you're plugged in at a sleek downtown space with meditation rooms and kombucha on tap, or chilling at a cozy neighborhood spot where trail tips fly as fast as emails, you're set. Get your work done, soak up the Colorado sun, then slip out for a hike without missing a beat. Homes are catching up with this lifestyle. Solar panels, smart thermostats, EV chargers. They're becoming a standard, not extras. The work from anywhere crowd demands connectivity and comfort, and Boulder's building for it. If you live near Pearl Street or South Boulder, your daily errands might not require a car. Groceries, coffee, gym. You can walk or bike it all. Out towards Gun Barrel or parts of North Boulder, yeah, a car is probably still your best bet. Luckily, the city's charging stations are growing, making electric driving easier. At the end of the day, getting around Boulder is all about finding your rhythm, whether that means biking, working remotely, or driving smart. Nail that balance, and you're already living the Boulder way. Walk into any Boulder grocery store, cafe, or farmer's market, and it's obvious. Sustainability here isn't some trendy hashtag. It's how people live. Locals don't just recycle, they upcycle. Clothes, furniture, old gear. They find new life in thrift shops and swap meets that feel more like community events than sales. Zero waste stores line up customers with reusable jars and bags, from bulk grain to kombucha on tap. My neighbor Jen started with a tiny herb garden in her North Boulder balcony. Now she's running a full backyard operation, composting scraps, conserving water, sharing fresh veggies with neighbors. Her garden is a daily punch-in-the-face reminder that sustainability here means community, connection, and grit. Compost bins set beside recycling cans like second nature, and gardens pop up everywhere, from Table Mesa backyards to community plots across the city. People aren't just growing food, they're growing a movement. Boulder's serious about wildfire resilience too. Instead of waiting for disaster, the city invests in open space projects that protect watersheds and promote native plants. Neighborhoods swap out flammable shreds for fire-resistant landscape and keep defensible spaces tight. It's proactive, not reactive. And that's the Boulder way. Eco-friendly rentals and Airbnbs. They're everywhere. Solar panels, energy-efficient appliances, EV chargers are quickly becoming must-haves, not extras. Tiny homes and green stays offer comfort without compromise, providing you can live big while treading lightly. Sustainability here isn't about perfection, it's just about showing up, pitching in, and moving forward. Whether you grew up here or just landed, the vibe is the same. How can we make this better together? That drive to do better is in the heart of Boulder's soul. It's why the city just doesn't feel like home, it feels like a movement. And speaking of community, that's exactly where we're headed next, how Boulder's culture shapes everything from daily rituals to big picture innovation. Living in Boulder means you get the best of both worlds. Endless sunshine and breathtaking mountain views. But don't let that fool you. The weather here has a personality of its own, and it keeps you on your toes. We get over 300 days of sunshine a year. That's not a number, it's a lifestyle. It means sipping coffee outside in February, squeezing in that trail run whenever you can, and catching sunsets that set the Flatirons on fire. But trust me, that sun is no joke. At this altitude, the UV hits harder than you think. Sunscreen isn't just a summer must, it's a year-round essential. A neighbor once told me he was shocked after our last big storm. 18 inches overnight, and by 10:30 a.m., the cars in the sun were bone dry. No ice at all. Then he nearly wiped out at crossing the street in the shade because there was still a sheet of ice. That's Boulder weather. The sun changes everything. That's Boulder for you. Stunning and real. Winter here isn't the endless gray slog of some places. It's fresh powder one day, bluebird skies the next. perfect for skiing, snowshoeing, or cozying up by the fire. And spring and fall, expect a little bit of everything all in one day. 1 minute, you're in shorts, soaking up the sun, and the next, you're pulling out your jacket against the wind. It keeps life interesting, and your wardrobe versatile. But the weather also demands respect. That dry mountain air means hydration isn't a suggestion, it is a necessity. And wildfires, they're very real. Boulder's proactive about it. Fire-smart landscaping and defensible spaces aren't just terms, they're part of how neighbors protect their homes. The city invests in open spaces and prevention programs that make a real difference. That mix of beauty and challenge creates a community that's resilient and connected and fiercely protective of the place we call home. And that spirit, that's exactly what makes Boulder special and sets the tone for our next chapter, where we dive into the heart of this community and how culture shapes everything here. So that's the real Boulder, full of life, challenges, and a vibe you can't fake. I remember when I first helped a client who was overwhelmed by all the options, the neighborhoods, the lifestyle questions. We found a spot that wasn't just a house, it felt like a home from day one. That's what I want for you. If you're feeling like Boulder might be your next home, don't sit on it. Reach out to my real estate team anytime. We're here to help you cut through the noise, find the spots that fit your style, and make this whole process way less stressful. Whether you're just starting to dream or ready to dive in, I've put together a playlist packed with insider tips and local secrets you won't want to miss. Hit one up next and keep riding this Boulder wave with me. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.